Okay, Monday morning in the kingdom, and that's it. That's it. I'm off to a late start. I don't know why. It must have been the ladies that were over last night. All right, as you can see by the flags, it's windy and it's blowing that way, which will keep the ex-wife away from me. Yes, the ex-wife fire away from me. All right, this morning woke up to +9. No idea what it feels like. But on the yo-yo scale, +48. See? Look, I wrote it down, but I didn't have time to Google it to see what it feels like or anything like that, because I was off to a late start thanks to the ladies. Yes. All right, today we have no idea what we're doing. It's another day of living in fear of the ex-wife forest fire. All right, let's scroll this way. We have the gate open. Yes, first quick escape. Yes. Or for the cops to come and take us out, drag us away, saying we have to leave. Yes, like all the other times. All right, so over here we have the loader hooked up to the wagon. Yes, we might have to haul some more water. We're not sure what we're doing. No idea. So yesterday was supposed to be a day of rest, but I was climbing up and down the ladders. Oh, my legs were hurting. And I couldn't drink my pain medication vodka to take it away because I've been sober for so long now. All right, the staff is over here somewhere on the quad. She's going to take my laundry away so I have fresh, clean clothes. Oh, and the burps. Oh, the peanut butter was good today. All right. So right back where we started. Oh, and burps and burps and more burps. No idea what we're doing, but we're going to make it through another day because we've been doing this for almost how many months? Or a month? Or yeah, it's over a month now, I think. All right, let's get to work. Here comes the boss.
Monday morning in WHO-ville, and it's just after 8 a.m. and I finished doing all my hotspot checks. I didn't see or smell anything, which is good. It is pretty cloudy out here right now and kind of chilly, so hopefully we get some rain. I did go check on the fire and the back burn. I did not see anything yet, but once I do, I will do a little video of it. Now let's head inside and let the dogs out. 11 a.m. and I just finished laying out all my garden hose with the sprinklers on. I taped the ends of all the sprinkler hoses, that way no one can walk over and just take the sprinkler. I also tightened the hoses on this end as well, that way you cannot walk away with it. These here are all chained down too, so nothing on this trailer is moving at all. I did a little test run to make sure all my sprinklers are in the right place. Now I'm going to head over to the kingdom and see what my dad's up to. 11:30 and I made it to the kingdom. I did not see or smell anything, which is good. Now I'm going to head over to the water plant so I can do a little video on this right here. As you can see, the fire and the back burn is starting to pick up again. Made it down to the water plant to check out how the fire is doing. As you can see, all that white smoke is the fire and the back burn that they were doing. There is also some smoke coming up over here as well. And then down in behind those trees is some more smoke. Looks like it wants to rain, but it hasn't started yet. You can kind of see it coming down over there. We need the rain. I will be keeping a close eye on this fire here. The wind is supposed to change and send this fire back around to WHO-ville, which we knew was going to happen. But we are prepared if we have to leave. I have 9 sprinklers set up at my place, and then my dad has all the sprinklers at the kingdom set up. Now let's head back home and go make lunch. Then at 1 p.m. I'll head over to the kingdom and see what my dad's doing. 1:30 and I just got back from the kingdom. My dad's friend Ray showed up from the south. He came to check on everything and see how we're doing. He brought us some treats. Look at all this stuff. Look at the price on those pork chops. $20 for that whole thing. Up here, that would be $40. I knew Ray growing up when I was about 4 or 5 years old, so it's been a long time. This right here is homemade cabbage rolls. I'll be heating those up tonight for my dad. We even have some cinnamon rolls and a few other things as well. Thank you so much, Ray. I hope you have a good trip back down south, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, after lunch in the kingdom and the wind's blowing the right way, that way, to keep the ex-wife forest fire away from the kingdom, yes. And over here we have dark skies. It's supposed to rain for 3 days and 3 nights or whatever. Yeah, right. We're going to get a sprinkle just to upset the ex-wife forest fire. Also, too, we're liking this. I made sure all my joints are tight and the hose is full. Oh, where is it? The hose is full. And no leaks or joints. So I was able to disconnect this morning. Yes, so the valve here is working well. So we got, how would you say, this is what we're doing now. We got the loader here. Ooh, it's starting to spit rain. I might have to get my raincoat on or my umbrella. So we're hauling water to fill the pit. Yes, to fill the pit. So every spring when we, how would you say, start the season off every spring, the pit's full of water. So we use it to fill the, how would you say, the tanks. So here we are filling up the pit. That should hold 3,000 gallons of water. Yes, so that'll be a reservoir So we shall be able to fight the ex-wife forest fire one more time. Hopefully it'll be the last time, because this is boring. And also too, we're not using the Honda. We're letting gravity work its way. Yeah, it's gravity. Just like saggy boobies. Oh my. Okay, I dumped 2 loads in the pit. I don't know if there's room for the 3rd one, but we're not going to find out. We have things to do. So that works out pretty well. I know my welds are good because it holds a lot of water. And over here we got the wagon full. And we can activate the sprinklers here. So this is working out very well. Very pleased. And here comes the staff. We're going to go for a little quad ride to look at some hot spots maybe. I'm not sure what we're doing. All right, let's get to work. Here comes the boss. No, here comes the staff.
3:30 and we're over by Eric Hill in the hospital where they made a nice big burn line. This is where I smelled the hot spot yesterday and actually ended up putting it out before the fire crews showed up. They came just in the nick of time. They were able to get it under control. It's just on the other side of my dad there. So we're down here checking things out. I am still pretty sick, so it's hard for me to talk and breathe, but we are down here checking things out to see if we have to bring the loader down with the water tank and getting a feel for the area in case we have to put out some hot spots. Over on the other side of their fire break, we were just on that side there. This is where the fire was last night. You can kind of see it in the bush here. When I showed up, there was flames. I dumped all my jugs of water on it and got it out. My dad is going down to investigate where this burn line goes to, because if we have to come down here with the loader and stuff, we need an idea on where we can turn around and where we can go. I'm gonna walk in the bush over here because I think I smell something. Walked a little ways into the bush here, and as you can see, a lot of the trees here fell over because the roots burned. Kind of like it was in the kingdom. Not sure what I'm smelling, but I will be keeping a close eye on this area. There's also some burns back in there as well. And then all over there is burnt. Not sure if you can see the fence through the trees here, but the hospital is just on the other side. This was the area I found last night. I think I just found what I was smelling. Look at that. I knew I smelled something. Good thing I have my jugs of water on me. I'm gonna quickly dump these on here and we might end up bringing the loader over to completely soak this down. You can't really see it, but it's smoking. Back in the kingdom, and my dad just fueled up the loader. We're gonna head out the back and around over to Eric Hill and the hospital area there, and we're gonna leave the loader over there for now. That way we can monitor the hot spots over there, because that fire, if it picks up, it'll be coming right towards the kingdom, or it'll be going right towards town, and that's the last thing we need. The fire crews and everyone else are busy elsewhere with the back burns and everything going on, so we are more than happy to go out and do some hot spots. 4 p.m. we made it back over to Eric Hill. Now we're gonna string the garden hose out and start soaking this whole area in here. I can also come back by myself. I know how to get the pump going and I can hook everything up. But for the moment, we are gonna leave this here so we can wash this whole area. We have enough garden hose that we can get into the bush on either side here. And if we have to, we can go to the other side by the hospital as well. Soaking down the area really good. My dad also has his shovel so he can flip up everything. There is bedrock under all this moss and leaves and trees and stuff. You can actually see it where my dad's spraying. That's all rock in there. So this fire can get in and under all the moss and stuff and then sit on top of the bedrock and start cooking the trees underneath and burning all those roots. I will walk through the bush here once we are done and see if I can find any other hot spots and smell anything, since my hound dog nose is still working at full capacity right now. I'm slowly getting better, but I'm still pretty sick. This was the same area I was in last night. There was about a 10-foot circle of smoke and flames right where my dad is standing, so I dumped all my water jugs on that area, and then the fire crews showed up and put the rest of it out. I guess they missed this area because when we showed up, it was just starting to smoke where my dad is spraying right now. Good thing we came down here to check everything out and get a feel for the area, but we will be watching this now and keep an eye on all the hot spots around here as well. Hopefully this is the only one, but I doubt it. Almost 4:30 and we soaked the whole area pretty good. We're gonna leave the loader and everything here until tonight, then we'll bring it back to the kingdom. I'm gonna drop my dad off in the kingdom, then I'll head over to the DNR office and let them know what we are doing. The stuff you see in the background is just dust that's blowing around because it's pretty windy here right now. I thought that was smoke as well. So let's go drop my dad off. Once I let DNR know what's going on, I'm gonna come back here and walk through the bush and use my hound dog nose to see if I can smell anything else. Also, when we came in here, the tank kind of cracked. Not sure if you can see it on the bottom there. Not exactly sure where it's leaking from, somewhere on the bottom, but that's okay. Once we get this back into the kingdom, the green toy can flip it over and my dad can weld it. My dad is gonna walk out to the road with his shoes and I'll pick him up where the ground is good. As you can see, it is pretty rough in here. That's why the water tank kind of cracked a little bit, because it was twisting over the road here. So I'll go out to the good ground and pick my dad up and bring him home. Made it back into the kingdom and a helicopter flew over us. They are bringing sprinklers and hoses into town, so they are dropping it over by the muster point up on the mine site there, so it's easier to bring it into town. 5 p.m. and I just got back from talking with DNR. They're very happy that we are in the bush over there. They are going to send over one of the hotshot crews that are in town here helping out. They're going to send someone over there to come walk around in the bush and smell out some hot spots. Apparently, Eric Hill and the hospital area flared up again last night as well. There were some crews in the bush around 3 a.m. and then we found the same hot spot again when we went there at 3 p.m. So it's crazy how that works. Now I'm going to head over there and walk around in the bush with my hound dog nose and see if I can smell anything. Almost 5:30 and I'm back over at Eric Hill in behind the hospital here. I'm going to walk the bush line all the way down to where that ribbon is. I will be bringing my ribbon as well, so if I find anything, I can go back to it. Then I'm going to walk around by where the loader is and through that whole bush over there as well, and then circle back around to here. I'm going to see if I can smell or find anything in the bush. Then I will walk over here in behind the hospital and down that way. The hospital is actually just over here. Not sure if my phone will focus. That's the hospital fence, and then just through the trees right there is the hospital. So hopefully we can keep a close eye on this and nothing happens.
Okay, no idea what time it is, but it looks like it's show time. Yes, we got the mini hoe out and the hoverboard. Yes, the hoverboard. Somebody put it in a place where I had to chain it up, just leaving the hoverboard laying around just like kids. Everything has a place and all over the place. That's what it is. So the only way we're going to get the mini hoe over to the new location there is with the 41 Chevy 4x4. Yes, we'll be able to drive right in there. Oh, yeah. So we got to take the tailgate off, put the swivel on, get ready, and service everything, because we might be, working the hot spots tonight, just like we've done in the past. But oh well. We're over there. We weren't invited, but we're going to crash the party and have some fun, I think. So let's get the hoverboard hooked up to the mini hoe and get everything ready to go.
5:30 and they have a Rogue River hotshot crew in the bush with me here. They're going to do a one-over all over the place. Looks like my dad showed up with the 41 and the mini. I think he's going to go down to our little hot spot there and fluff up all the trees and the moss underneath. Got the mini off the hoverboard. Now my dad will make his way around to where the loader and the water tank is. Got the mini over at the hot spot. Now my dad's gonna fluff up the whole area, kind of like how we did it in the bush by the kingdom there. We're gonna fluff up everything, make sure there's nothing hiding underneath. Almost 6:30 and we're just fluffing up all the trees and the ground in this whole area here. Everywhere that I've seen smoke last night and today, we have fluffed it up and we're soaking it right down. We are gonna leave the loader and the trailer here tonight. In case I need it in the middle of the night, I'll come down and check on the hot spots and stuff. But we're gonna leave this here till tomorrow, so my dad's gonna take the tools and stuff and put it back in the 41 for when we head to the kingdom. Now we're gonna continue soaking down this whole area. I went all the way down in here as well. I soaked this whole area down really good, but I will be keeping an eye on it. There is still hotshot guys in the bush here as well. I'm not exactly sure where they are, but they are in the bush checking. 6:30 and I think we got it. We'll be keeping a close eye on this whole area. The hotshot fire crews from Rogue River just walked out. They went all the way behind the hospital and down to the lake. They came all the way this way as well and checked everywhere. They did not see anything, but you never know, that could change. All it takes is the wind to pick up in the right direction and anything could happen. Now we're going to take all the tools and chains off the loader, and that will stay here overnight. I told the fire crews how to start the water pump in case they need it. Also, there's extra hose here so they can make their way all the way across the road by the hospital if they need to. So hopefully they don't need to, but if they do, it is here. We're going to leave the garden hose strung out as well. I have it up in the tree over there. $7 p.m. We made it back into the kingdom. Now we'll put the Mini away and then I'll head over to the DNR building and let them know what we were doing in there. I'll give it a couple hours, then I'll go back and check on everything and hopefully no more flare-ups. I will check on it in the middle of the night as well because you never know, something could happen. I also have to go back and lock the loader up. 7:30 and I made it back from the kingdom. I stopped at the DNR building and let them know what's going on. They were very happy we were in there. Now I can head inside, let the dogs out, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, that was a fun day, just like the Beverly Hillbillies. Yes, we have a cement pond full of water there. Maybe we'll turn it into a hot tub. Yes, and the ladies can come over, sit on the stairs, and enjoy the water. Yes, in the shop pit. All right, so everything's going good. All right, where are we? Over here. All right, so we took the 41 out to get everything. We took the chains and everything off the loader so they don't go missing overnight. There's no point bringing the loader back because it'll flare up again. And just like the kids, we leave the hoverboard out in the middle of the yard so we'll trip over it. Yes, all right. Let's see what we got going over here. Hopefully we get some rain. Yes, rain. That Noah fella builds his boat. Yes, for that cruise. All right, look at the flags. They're in their natural state of being limp. Oh, that could be me after I drank a few beers right about now. But oh, wait, we're still fighting fire, so I have to remain sober. So I'm, how would you say, thinking correctly. All right, let's go walk the dogs, make a video, and we'll talk to you later.